Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, live on Channel Television Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. President Buhari challenges Muslims on the true virtues of Islam as he felicitates with the faithful in Nigeria ahead of the Eid al-Kabir tomorrow. Muslims make last-minute preparations for Salah. Traders and buyers bear their mind on prices of food items ahead of the celebration. River Niger overflows its banks, leaving communities in Imo State ravaged by flood as residents cry out for assistance from government. And at least 60 people killed and 70 injured as fuel tanker explodes in Tanzania. For more information on our top stories and others, just go to our website. It's channelstv.com. YouTube.com/channelsweb has videos of all our shows. The recent prediction of more rains and flood by the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency may be fast becoming a reality, with Imo State being one of the first to feel the brunt. That's because no fewer than 15 communities in 2 riverine and oil-producing local government areas of Ijegun and Oguta have been flooded. Many of the homes and farmlands at the bank of the river are the worst hit. Our correspondent, Ijegun, has more.
Ijegun and Oguta local government areas are the 2 main oil-producing and riverine local government areas in Imo State. Both local governments have over 100 communities which are located on the bank of the River Niger, and whenever it rains heavily, the River Niger overflows its bank and bringing untold hardship on members of the communities.
Our house full for water.
The 2 local governments that are always flooded in Imo State, and it is as a result of their being situated at the bank of the River Niger. So whenever there is overflow of water of the Niger, it extends to the tributaries of the Niger, and that it affects communities at the bank of the Niger.
The federal lawmaker representing the area says he will bring the issue to the floor of the National Assembly for deliberation, as he calls on the federal and state government to immediately come to aid of those affected.
Our duty is to present this fast as they are on the floor of the National Assembly, so that the NEMA, the NDDC, all other agencies responsible for such an emergency situation will actually come to the aid of the people.
This is not the first time the people of these areas would be experiencing heavy flooding, as it has become a yearly occurrence, and they want government to act fast before they are totally displaced. Channels Television News.
It's a similar scenario in Ogun State, but the government appears to be taking proactive measures, and structures on floodplains and riverbanks will have to give way as the state government is already marking them for demolition. Now, so far, about 1,130 buildings across 20 local government areas of the state have been penciled down, while residents living in such homes and buildings have been served the notice of abasement and given 3 months to leave such structures. The state is perhaps heeding to the warnings by the agency.
This church sits comfortably on a riverbank in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. But that comfort may be short-lived, as the structure and several others like it, numbering over 1,100, have already been marked for demolition. It's not just those on the riverbanks. Those standing on floodplains and waterways will also be pulled down by the state government. Officials of the Ministry of Urban and Physical Planning have begun marking the structures and pasting abasement notifications for the owners to vacate the buildings.
Flood fight these people every year. And when you disturb the law of nature, nature is going to fight you back. This government is determined to ensure that nobody is involved in such disaster. And that's why he has given us to go ahead to enumerate, to mark, and to give them good notices.
From door to door, the officials paced the document with hopes that the owners of the structures would adhere to the 3 weeks notice before the demolition proper begins. The residents, however, want the government to consider proper channelization of the canals.
If the government is not ready to work on it, you understand? If they come demolishing and the channelization is not done, it will cause more danger, it will cause more harm. If the government is ready to commence, it's a very, very welcome idea.
You have stayed here is about 30 years ago. But when the rainfall, they are not give us problem.
A recent forecast by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency shows that Ogun State is one of the states in the country that could experience heavy rainfall that could lead to massive flooding.
Let's turn our attention to security matters now. The former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, believes it will take the active contribution of all Nigerians, regardless of their status or ethnic leanings, to reduce the bane of insecurity in the country. General Gowon mentioned this in Osun State when he paid a courtesy visit to the state governor in company of members of Nigeria Praise Movement. The former head of state wants Nigerians to promote ideologies capable of promoting peaceful social coexistence.
Prayer, it has to be continuous. We're not happy that some part of the country.
It belongs to you. You are the one responsible for peace. And I can assure you, I'm here to pray for the peace of this country and to pray to God to touch the heart of each and every one of us so that we can be able to achieve peace in Nigeria. I can assure you everything is being done quietly without much noise to try and achieve that peace in Nigeria by talking to various groups in order to achieve that peace. So pray for peace and act for peace.
Former head of state for his commitment to unity of the nation and his consistency in supporting any government in power. He also expressed confidence that the prayer motive by the former military ruler remains inevitable in the affairs of any people-oriented administration.
The most peaceful state. We need this prayer. It has to be continuous. We're not happy that some part of the country have been seriously challenged in terms of security. And it's like spreading a little bit to other parts of the country. Our state used to be known, it's still anyway, by any standard, the most peaceful state in Nigeria today, save for little crises here and there. But I believe even without making so much effort, God has intervened.
Staying with security matters, the Nigerian Air Force says its air task force has destroyed a Boko Haram command and control center in the Dusula area, which is a community on the fringes of the Sambisa forest. A statement by its spokesperson, Air Commodore Ibikunle Daramola, explains that the operation was executed after a series of intelligence surveillance missions revealed solar panels, communication equipment, and other facilities at the command center. The bombardment targets the remnants of Boko Haram and Islamic State of West Africa Province ISWAP terrorists in northeast Nigeria under the Operation Green Sweep 3, aimed at identifying and destroying terrorist positions in the troubled Borno State. It adds that the structures housing the command center were completely wiped out in the airstrike, while several of the terrorists were killed. He vowed that the Air Force will intensify the operations against the terrorists in the northeast in concert with ground forces. The police investigative panel set up by the police headquarters to unravel the rationale behind the killings of 3 officers and a civilian in Ibi local government area of Taraba State by soldiers has met with the state governor Darius Ishaku. After the meeting, which was held behind closed doors, the panel declined making any comment to journalists on the purpose of their visit to the governor. The investigative panel arrived in the state on Thursday and have visited the scene of the crime and other relevant places. In the meantime, the Lagos State Police Command has confirmed the killing of a 30-year-old woman who died from a stray bullet in the Ijegun area. This is contained in a statement by the command spokesperson, Mr. Bala Elkanah, who explained that the incident occurred while a team of policemen from the anti-kidnapping unit attached to Area M Command, Idimu, who tracked some kidnappers down to the Ijegun-Isolo Road, came under attack by members of the deadly gang. He said the gang, with the support of some notorious cultists in the area, attacked the police team and injured 3 police officers in the process. However, he did not confirm whether the stray bullet came from the police or the suspected cultist. He adds that a manhunt for the gang members have been launched, while the Commissioner of Police has ordered an investigation into the case. In Enugu State, the Mietiala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria and northern leaders have resolved to shut down business activities for 2 days to give room for intensive security awareness against killer herdsmen. The Macban Southeast Zonal leader, Mr. Gidado Sidiki, who briefed journalists in Enugu, said the tour, which will begin from August the 14th, will cover both market and every Fulani settlement in the state. The group also regrets the unfortunate killing of Reverend Father Paul Ofu and pledges to work with security operatives in ensuring peace in Enugu State.
We regret the unfortunate incident which led to the death of Reverend Father Paul Ofu of St. John Greater Parish, Uboka, and enjoin his family and Enugu people to mourn with fortitude. In appreciation of the good gesture which Enugu State has extended to us, we are prepared to join hands with the police, the military and other security agencies in ensuring maximum security in our neighborhood. In this connection, we are embarking on sensitization tour of all livestock, perishable goods market and every Fulani settlement in Enugu State between Wednesday, August 14 and Thursday, August 15, 2019, respectively. We wish to state that during this sensitization exercise, all livestock, perishable goods market will be closed down either in cattle markets, Fulani settlement, or wherever exists throughout Enugu State.
When the news at 10 returns, contributors inject 21 billion naira into the pension fund assets within the second quarter of 2019. That's on Business News. Join us again.